Hello and welcome on board to the Oracle Boat channel. Today we're going to be doing a reading about Germany versus Russia. In the current situation, I have been asked by one of the followers to do such a reading. Also, I will do some more readings on Baltic states very soon too. As you can see, we are in a different surroundings. I had to move into the house, transition to the house for a while because I'm pregnant with twins and it wouldn't be very doable on a 30-foot boat. I've been living on a 19 square meters boat, which is a very minimalistic. If you are a minimalistic single person, you can do it, and it's been a journey. I've been showering in a bucket for about 4.5 years and chopping my own wood and heating my space with little fireplace, and it's been a great adventure. But there is absolutely no way I could do it with twins going forward. So for now, I'm transitioning to the house and still getting used to it. It feels, living in a house feels great and weird. It's kind of like a penguin in a fridge. The conditions are perfect, but something is off. It's very convenient, though, to live in a house, to have a washing machine, to have a shower, and to have heating and electricity just by switching the button. It makes things easier, and I'm gonna need that for quite a while. So hopefully at some point I will buy another boat that is going to be bigger, and I will be selling the boat that I have. I might actually share some videos with you very soon on the boat. Maybe someone on YouTube would like to purchase a boat and would find it interesting. Okay, but let's go back to the topic: Germany versus Russia. The reason why I'm doing this reading today is because I had a dream lately about Germany and Russia, where I was in Poland and I wanted to cross the border and get to Germany as if it was some sort of a safe place. But I didn't cross the border directly from Poland to Germany. For some reason I went through the sea. I didn't cross the border from Germany to Poland, which would be in a straight line. I kind of went through the sea. So I went to the north and then west and south. So more like a panoramic, a U-shaped kind of journey. So almost as if I couldn't get through the borders, if that makes sense. So I traveled through the sea, and once I got to Germany, I was surprised to see that there were Russian people there, and that was really puzzling. One thing was that I had to go through the sea, which normally there is no sea between Poland and Germany. The sea is towards north from Germany or from Poland, if you look at the map. And another thing is that I could see that it was very Russian in there. There were Russian people in there. And this is the reason why I'm doing this reading, to verify the dream. It is a very far-fetched idea that Germany could be invaded by Russia, but we're going to have a look. The first question is whether Germany would ever be invaded by Russia. Is Russia ever going to invade Germany? Let's see. Russia, Germany. Is Russia ever going to invade Germany? How does that look to you? Invasion, that's like the first thing I always felt when I was looking at this card. He got a running knight with a sword, like, I'm going to make things as I believe they should be, and everything is burning, people are running around, and there is that fight, that battle feeling. around this card. And Germany, as if Germany had to move in a weird way. When I look at this card, I think of Moses going through the sea, moving masses of people. You see how masses of people are moving here, relocating to somewhere else. And wow, that's quite, this is quite worrisome. Let's have a look. Year 2025. Let's stick to the current times, and let's not go too far ahead. Let's do it this way. What kind of shapeshift towards Russia is Germany going to make this year, and then 5 years from now? Germany versus Russia. What shapeshifts are these countries making relatively to each other in the year 2025, all the way from now till the end of the year 2025? Year 2025. Okay, so just looking at this year, we've got an interesting energy. When it comes to Germany, Germany is taking care of themselves. Germany is deciding to make sure that they might want to take a break from something. They decide to take care of their own business, give themselves what they need at this time. This card comes up very often in situations where we are taking care of other people businesses. In this reading, we're not talking just about the people, we're talking collectively about the entire country. So Germany might have been taking care of other countries or other country, helping out other people, other countries that are in need of some sort. This could have something to do with the current conflict. But they all of a sudden decide that now it's time to take a break from it and give something to themselves that they need. So they are taking care of themselves. It might be that they are deciding not to do anything for free, maybe trading support for resources, but more likely it is a pause from giving support. They might decide that they will take time to take care of themselves rather than giving support to other countries or another country at this time, at this point in time, at some point in the year 2025. Then we also have the mighty shield. Mighty shield talks about protection, talks about the shield. What is the shield? The shield is a boundary that cannot be crossed. You can have an energetical shield that protects you from bad vibes. You can have a shield of emotional shield where you're just not allowing certain situations to affect you, or people to affect you. You can have that shield. When I talk about a shield, very much I think about the borders. So it could be that the shield comes around the borders, because how do you imagine the shield around the country? That pretty much is the borders for me. So the chances are that they might be closing borders, or they might be becoming more restrictive on what they're doing. It might have something to do with a Schengen as well, that they might decide to do things differently than you would do within Schengen, that is not so free. It's like, no, we're going to put some protection wall here. That maybe wasn't supposed to be there or wasn't there before, but there is a lot of protection on the borders. That's how I see it. I feel like there is some sort of inspiration. That's an interesting card. Once upon a midnight dreary, and this card represents creativity, writing genius. This could have something to do with writing. What can the country write? Country can write laws or agreements with other countries as well. So there is a chance of some papers being signed, some new laws, some new rules. There is that inspiration from a situation. It could be that the inspiration in a political aspect could be a new trend within the society. Let's say you can become more left, you can become more right, you can become more liberal, you can become more of a nationalist as well. And it feels like it's more to do with make Germany great again, kind of nationalist movement, protecting what's German. There is some inspiration. Maybe this could be the change or an influence from the society, where perhaps the political arena could be changing within the country based on the trend. For example, I feel very strongly with these cards this might have something to do with immigration. So just maybe Germany will feel more inspired to keep Germany for the Germans rather than anyone who is coming from the outside, or changing the law within the system so that it benefits the Germans but not the foreigners as much, or not the European Union possibly. Even though this is not about Germany versus European Union, I feel like a very strong nationalist vibe, because taking care of themselves, putting up a fence, putting up a mighty shield around, I don't know, values possibly maybe as well. But I feel it has more to do with restricting borders, restricting access to Germany, making sure that the German people are being put first, just like America is going through the phase of America first, and everything for make America great again. And also that goes with getting rid of immigrants in some way, or not giving away too much to immigrants. I have a very strong feeling that Germany is kind of going to go through a similar phase, very nationalistic approach. Now Russia is interesting here, because Russia is just about to come out of the shell. Poet's brave flight. This has something to do with flying. You can see goggles over here. This card very much resonates with someone deciding to fly, gathering bravery, deciding that the fear will not stop them this time. So perhaps there was a fear of something in the past, maybe the fear of US, maybe the fear of potential consequences if Russia decides to do something that might be related to flying, Air Force. The fear is no longer there. Or it's kind of there, but it's not going to stop them. The next card we've got, the time has come. The time is to act now. So there might be something that the Russians were talking about. When I say the Russians, I mean politicians, obviously. We know who we're talking about. Not that the everyday Russian has much to do with it, decision making or any input on how the politics are going to go. We're talking about politics. I'm not talking about generally people. I'm talking about the political arena here. The Quetzalcoatl and the priestess of time. The time has come. The time is to act now. Something that has been put on the back burner, something that has been withheld. Russians were like, yeah, it would be nice to do it, or we want to do it, but we can't do it. We can't do it because of circumstances. We can't do it because we are afraid of consequences. There is a fear. We can't do it because we're not ready, because the situation is not right. And now is the time. Now is the time to do it. It's a call for action, call for action, call for action, and call for action. The third card that Russians get is Mermaid in a koi pond, rediscovering individuality and becoming a dragon. So this card represents a koi fish. You know, koi fish is the pretty fish that people keep in little ponds in their gardens. Japanese people believe that the koi fish is a dragon unmade. It's used to be dragon, or meant to be dragon fish, that found a safe haven, a safe place, a safe time, a safe spot. They ended up in that little pond in someone's garden where they get fed, where they're being protected from predators, where they don't have to worry about anything. But the pond is quite small, and the size of the pond determines how big they're going to grow. Some fish are only going to grow as big as they can, just like the tree will only root as wide as the planter pot allows it. And the koi fish are believed to be dragons unmade. And the story represented by this card shows the situation where the koi fish decides to get out from the safe haven of that little pond that was safe and warm and comfortable and where everything was being provided, and decides to swim upstream of the river all the way to the top of the mountain, where they become what they always meant to be, which is a dragon. Dragon is quite of a destructive energy. Dragon can burn and attack and eat the ships of the farmers. But this is what they were always meant to be. And they have restricted themselves in a small pond. If you compare this to the country, if you want a bigger pond as a country, what do? Do you invade other countries in order to make the pond bigger? That's something that really resonated. You know what? At the same time, you see the fishes red and white. These are the colors of Polish flag as well. Expansion. We have call for action, call for action, call for action. All these cards also talk about expansion. That's year 2025. Let's have a look for year 2030. 2030, so we're giving it 5 years time, and let's see how this is going to play out. Germany and Russia, let's see. Interesting. Seems like the very first card that came up for Germany, Little Red Riding Hood. I'm not a victim. Little Red Riding Hood. This card shows a situation where they are being put as a country in a position of a victim, losing something, about to lose something or losing something, and they refuse to take that on board. They refuse to go with whatever is being pushed on them or that is meant to be agreed in a way. They are being in a situation where something happens to Germany, and they are in a position of being a victim, but they're refusing to become a victim of the situation. They're refusing to either give something away, they want to fight back, they don't want to agree on maybe some sort of settlement. Maybe they want to push back and get a revenge because of something that happened. It's like I said, they are in a position of being a victim. They are victimized, but they refuse to have that attitude about this situation. And mermaid in a koi pond, the red and white fish, again, as I was explaining before, they deciding to get out of some sort of settlement or comfortable position within the political arena. They decide to leave maybe some sort of convenient or safe establishment. They deciding to put up on a struggle in order to be who they really are. But also this again resonates with Poland, red and white. And here we have red as well. And here we have red as well. I am reborn. The butterfly ferrets. So within those next 5 years, I have a strong feeling something is going to happen there. Where maybe they didn't, but the butterfly ferrets resonates with the kind of energy where something has happened, or there was a transition or something they had to go through, and them, Germany as a country might have had doubts in the meantime whether how they're going to survive this, how they're going to pull through, are they actually going to survive this, are they going to be okay? But they survive it, they pull through, they get through, and they are reborn as a country. They get a new identity out of the maybe some traumatic experiences, and they feel strong and reborn, fragile at the same time, but there was something that they have gone through. They refused to be victims. They gathered their strength. They got through it. They pushed through. And what about Russia here? The Russia is still believing that the time has come. And the time has come, and it's time to act now. It's like the energy of that I've seen in the year 2025 that was present, of them like call for action, and to reach out for whatever they want to reach out or do something that they were trying to prepare for, but were not quite ready yet. That is still there. So this energy is not changing. But what is happening within Russia is that I think they have a lot of struggle here. We've got a fairy ring by the year 2030. New skills, advanced training, rapid improvements. It seems like they are all over the place. They are doing a bit here, a bit there, a bit here, a bit there. It could be that they have conflicts within different places, that there is the situation is evolving very quickly and in many different places at the same time. They're doing multiple things, and all these things, they have an effect on the final outcome. So it could be that they're doing something in one country, another country, in the Middle East, in Europe. They're trying to juggle a lot of things, and every single agenda, every single kind of expansion influence another expansion somewhere else. It could be that they're trying to push their agenda in different areas, in different countries at the same time. Just pushing their luck, I would say, and trying the waters and learning from it. And there is a lot of learning little owl in the wisdom light as a feather. It seems that Russia is getting some wisdom out of this situation. They're getting knowledge. I think it might have something to do with maybe spying activities as well. There is a lot of wisdom being gained here. This could have something to do with the science of weapons as well. And it has also something to do when we have a snake. You know, the snake poisons. It's kind of like letting the snake in and let the snake bite and let the situation evolve. And without having the blame on them, they almost like they unleash a snake into another country where the snake does the job and poison the country from the inside out. This could have something to do with information, manipulation, propaganda, within actually not just their country, but I'm talking about other countries. The hybrid war. Okay, so I'm going to have a look with the tarot cards. These are just the energies that I can see that are going to be shifting. Let's have a look at the tarot cards and see exactly within this year, in the year 2025, how the relationship between Germany and Russia is going to evolve. It looks like the biggest problem between Russia and Germany at this point is the dirty money. You see here we've got money, coins, and someone wearing gloves and trying to kind of keep their hands clean. So the way I see it, there is two things. One is dirty money, so still making profits on some sort of business cooperations, maybe import, export, anything to do with money making and resources as well. So possibly using the resources, and I have a feeling that what is going to play out in 2025 between Germany and Russia has more to do with Germany just kind of getting closed up, becoming closed up in their own bubble towards Russia, and also something to do with resources, almost as if there was some opportunity. There is an opportunity for them to make money, and in a way they're both gonna suffer, but Germany less, because Germany has support from all around. There is other countries supporting, possibly EU or NATO. There is support for Germany, and they don't look too bad. I think this is more to do with the economics and maybe possibly sanctions. Because what the Germany brings is the lost opportunity. There was an opportunity for you guys, for Russians, to make money, and something to do with liquid, possibly oil as well. Maybe it's an import of oil that they're going to completely cut down or put more sanctions. That is to do with, a lot of it obviously involves other countries and the pressure or involvement of other third parties, but it seems like Germany is ruining an opportunity for Russia to possibly make money, and Russia here is starting to struggle financially. There are problems with paying the debt, problems with financial situation with meeting the ends, not as if there is no money at all. It's just the money is not there on time, kind of situation. And Russia is becoming really stuck in this situation where there is not much they can do. I have a feeling what I see here for the year 2025 is more of an economical impact, everything to do with the dirty money. So someone, maybe both sides are benefiting. Maybe Russia is making money on importing resources to Germany. Germany is benefiting from having the resources, and it's kind of being seen as a dirty money. And also in a weird way, I feel that if it wasn't for EU, if it wasn't for the situation in general, they would still make good business together. They would still kind of get along, even if they don't really like each other. Russia feels very inspired for some reason. There are opportunities, maybe somewhere else. Maybe it has to do with USA and how things are playing out with the USA. But in general, it seems that Russia is being really stuck here. And obviously, there is a lot of blaming and shaming on Russia. There is bad publicity, finger pointing towards Russia as well. And when it comes to Germany, Germany is being recognized and supported by other countries. There are some negotiations, and I feel like Germany might be the one who is going to be traveling. The German politicians might be traveling to negotiate the deal, and that is going to be rather beneficial for Germany and not beneficial for Russia. They both countries come, they are thinking about power, obviously. But the way Russia is looking at the Germany has something to do with the Germany has a power over Russia when it comes to money, some sort of business. Maybe they are a buyer of resources, and maybe this is. I feel like the problem here is the fact that they also very much need each other business-wise. Germany and Russia need each other. They are relying on each other's resources, both sides. Going forward, it looks like still there is involvement of, I think, Europe most likely, as if Germany is very much involved in a family kind of a thing, which resonates as Europe for me. And there is a lot of involvement of the third party, but at the same time I have a feeling that behind the scenes there is a deal being made as well. And another interesting thing is that as a problematic aspect, you see how there is a wall here, and Germany used to have a wall, and that had a lot to do with Russia. Russia is still in the mindset of not letting go of the past, not letting go of the past hurts and how it used to be. And interesting, it's like these are two things that I get of this reading. One is, things used to be different. There used to be a wall, and we were on one side of the wall, you were on the other side of the wall. That wall really, really screams at me here. This is a problematic aspect. And another problematic aspect is dirty money from the resources, possibly them still making business. And I have a feeling there is going to be more sanctions from Germany going forward. Now, I think it very much, this situation is very much going to evolve depending on how Germany and Ukraine get along going forward, and how things are going to play out there, and how much involvement is going to be there. So just to get a better picture, I'm going to have a look. Germany versus Ukraine, how the things are going to play out there. Four of Swords. Four of Swords indicate a break, taking time off, putting things on hold. But let's see. Ooh. Death card, transformation, and hopefully hopefully that means not maybe putting fighting on hold, but could that really be done? Let's see, Germany versus Ukraine. Germany versus Ukraine, the relationship between Germany and Ukraine. Well, Germany is thinking about some lost opportunities here again when it comes to Ukraine. Some offer being put on the table but not being used. There was a situation where things could have gone better, where there was an opportunity to be grabbed and it wasn't being used. It wasn't taken advantage of, or it was being blocked. Something didn't go ahead. Lost opportunity. This is what Germany is thinking about right now. Ukraine is thinking. Ukraine is stuck here in defense fight mode, not agreeing to anything. Ukraine doesn't want to agree. I have a feeling that there was some sort of potential agreement, but it was being put down. Ukraine might be thinking that Germany also is being difficult. Ukraine is still very feisty, is arguing. There is no willingness to come to terms or some sort of agreement. Also in their heart, in the mentality of Ukrainians politicians is to fight. They want to rush things. They want to get things right now, here and right now. They still want to fight, and they're jumping into arguments very quickly without a second thought. It's a bit of a reckless behavior, like doing things without thinking about consequences for themselves, for everyone else. There is some sort of an offer here, but I don't know whether this is going ahead. I feel like it's Ukraine that is coming forward with that offer. They want to make a deal with Germany, and Germany is just taking so much time to think about it that they're actually not doing anything in the process. The long-term plans, the plans, they're being stuck in decision-making, and feedback is coming too slow. Also, there is some long-term plans that are not going ahead. Might be to do with resources, might be to do with something else. But basically, everything evolves around the long-term plan, and that long-term plan is not going ahead. And it has something to do with Germany maybe having two different options. Just taking platform of non-existence, actually, where Ukraine very much is coming up with, like, hey, let's make a deal here. Let's meet on the same page. Let's do something. Ukraine is coming up with that, but Ukraine is being left alone, or is feeling alone right now. There is that loneliness here. When it comes to Germany very much is looking at the situation with profit and loss kind of a mindset. How much was invested, what was being gained. To be honest, politics, pretty much, I think the best way to read politics is as if you read for business. I feel that whatever is being agreed here is kind of like a shady deal where what is going to be promised, it might not be delivered. And also there is, Germany is kind of, I don't understand this quite, but Germany is kind of closing down within their own kind of bubble. I see that again, that maybe there is some support being promised, but it's not really being delivered. It's like promises that are worth nothing, which are more like a manipulation or lies. I'm not sure on which side this is, but I could see before that it is Germany that is actually deciding to take the platform of non-existence, or is bringing that kind of energy where nothing is moving forward. We are stuck here debating on two options, and there is the long-term plans are not going ahead, and there is some sort of lost opportunity here. Germany is very much waiting for something, and there is that energy of we're waiting for, I don't know what they're waiting for. They are waiting for something, and it looks like they're not moving on, or when they move on, it's like there is an impulse, and I see, it's like, you see, there's so much rushed energy from Ukraine, and so much of holding back and decision paralysis, and things are not going forward on the side of Germany, actually. And the long-term plans are not going ahead. There is a failed opportunity. So I'm going to conclude the reading here. Perhaps maybe I can see one more thing, which is Germany versus Russia within the next 5 years. Year 2030 again on the side of Russia. I don't know why, but things are speeding up for Russia. There's so much happening, so much going on. It's hard to keep up. Russia is really, really busy. A bit here, a bit there. There is a lot of changes. Everything is very overwhelming. They're doing a lot of things. I don't know whether they are under attack from a lot of sides, or a lot of angles, or they're actually attacking a lot of angles at the same time. Interesting, because when I look at Germany and Russia, what they bring, Russia is bringing, they both called for action here. They kind of like, Russia is following Germany here, the way I see it. This is how the cards are coming out. This is Russia and this is Germany. As if Russia is chasing the business opportunities within Germany. Russians are making small steps and trying to maybe rebuild something here. And Germany is also, there is wanting to cooperate on both sides. They both kind of trying to work together. The Germany is thinking about working, on some small details. Germany is like thinking about working together, or also deciding on some nitty-gritty things of some sort of a deal. I don't know why, but it feels like in 2025 there was a lost opportunity, and in 2030 we're going back to that opportunity to see whether we can do it again. Like they're coming back to the topic. There is Russians, you see again, there is the wall. I see like as if they're putting a wall up again, or some sort of division. There is some sort of union, but it's a weird one because I feel like Russia is after Germany, chasing Germany. If anything, Germany feels a bit suppressed and as if they have to be really patient with the situation, but also there is that feeling of being suppressed and having enough of this as well. Having enough of the situation where Russians are looking at them Russia is looking at Germany, observing Germany, and also still we have that naming, blaming, shaming and that is as a problem. But also we have a wall here again. That wall is coming up like again in some weird way. There's no escape, no exit. There is the wall and you can't cross it. There is also, it's like being stuck in a situation. One of those sides are being stuck. And to be honest, it looks more like the Germany is actually stuck with the strength card and having enough of this as well. And like I said before, it's the Russian that chases Germany, that goes after the Germany. There is a transformation, there is a big change. Someone is coming back, I feel. The big comeback of maybe the old ways or how it used to be. There is grief related to that and some sort of disappointment as well. Like I said before, there was that victim situation for Germany, and they're deciding not to be the victim. They're deciding to kind of work with what they've got here. I don't know why it is so hectic on the side of Russia. Like I said, they're doing a lot of things in a lot of places. Also, this card suggests that someone is under attack as well. But that's on the side of Russia. That's what they're thinking about. That's kind of what they may be planning or thinking. They want a union, something to do with the union, you know, like the Soviet Union was a union as well. That's kind of what's within the spirit on the side of Russia. And the dirty money is coming back to surface. I feel like this wall thing is still the topic, the German wall. I'm going to grab one more deck of cards and have a look. From a different angle. Because 5 years from now a lot can happen, especially today, with the situation today. Let's see. What is Germany's situation? What is Russian situation by the year 2030? Someone here is suppressed for sure with the 8 of Swords. I feel like it's more the Germany here. I feel like there is some sort of a deal being made, some contract being signed. On the side of Germany, it might be some sort of changes, alterations within the constitution. We've got the mice card as well. The mice usually shows the situation where you've got resources, you got you got a lot of problems. When you have a mouse in your house, you have a lot of problems. The mouse will go after your clothes, your food. Will also mess up the entire place. If the mouse will show up around good things, the mouse will just destroy and eat away all the good things. There is a financial struggle when that card is showing up as well. And on the Russian side, I have a very strong, it's like kind of like a toxic love. It's like someone who just doesn't want, like a person who fell in love and doesn't understand that the other side doesn't feel the same way, and just doesn't want to go away. It's like a romantic old way of thinking, of pursuing. It's weird because when you look at the mentality of Russians, it's like a union, and when you look at mentality of Germans, it's like forced union, forced situation, kind of like a rape thing almost. And there is an energy of old ways, old things, old ways of how it used to be coming back. Possibly the military movements as well. There is a lot of movements. There is a lot of, as you can see, we've got Knights of Pentacles. And there is a lot of movements, but on the German side, it's like it's a temperamental, like I will start but I will not finish, or kind of like that's the German side, where Russian side is more slow but steady wins the race. And it is the Russians that are chasing away the Germans here within this kind of dynamic. It's a very difficult reading, I gotta say. I think I'm going to conclude the reading here, and once everything plays out, it will become more clear. Hopefully it will turn out in a positive way. With all that being said, I'd like to wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time.